Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of our F1 2013 career mode here on the channel. Today we head to my favorite Grand Prix, the Singapore Grand Prix. We have a fun stretch of Singapore, South Korea, Japan on the way that I'm excited for as well. We come into this race just over 20 points out of the championship battle, which is currently tied up top between Hamilton and Vettel. Alonso ran into some issues in the last episode, put him on the back foot a little bit, but let's see who can get involved furthermore into this championship in Singapore. Alright, we are rolling here from Singapore down towards turn 1 in Kuala. I've already put the brakes to the rear, so I actually remembered this time, which is a nice change of scenery here. Slipping and sliding on the exit, but I saw Vettel's Red Bull go for a bit of a slide as well. We're right on the back of him here as we head down through the right-hander. Now, last game when we played Singapore, we also had the chicane, the Singapore chicane. We don't have to worry about that this time now. You can see Vettel maybe a bit more high-speed setup compared to myself here as we dive down into that braking zone. I have opted for a bit more downforce on the setup here in this episode. As you guys know, I love Singapore very, very much. My favorite Grand Prix in the whole world. Definitely like the #1 Grand Prix I want to visit in my lifetime as we continue on, hoping for the best qualifying effort possible here. Really just trying to follow Vettel's lead now as we have no chicane to worry about this time. A little bit wide there on the apex. Gonna cost us some time as we head down through the bridge into the tight hairpin there, and the back end tries to kick out. Oh, that's gonna cost us a ton of time right there, as that is completely lit up the rear tires on the exit now. So we went from hanging on pretty well to now we're completely out of the conversation for pole position. These rear tires, I think, are going to be an issue all Grand Prix long. All right, to the line we go. Out of the final turn, Vettel on pole. It's not good for us. It's what, P12. The first half of the lap was good, but the last half certainly wasn't. Alonso, Webber, and then Hamilton down in 4th. We know we'll make up the time, so I'm not too concerned. But yeah, definitely still a bit of a rough qualifying effort. Let's head to the grid in Singapore. Here we go then. Sebastian Vettel trying to take the lead of this championship battle as Hamilton tries to do the same. We try to get involved back in the mix. I see some fireworks there down towards turn #1 as we are ready to roll here from Singapore. It's going to be 5 red lights and we are ready to race. It's lights out. We're underway in this Singapore Grand Prix. A bit of a slow start as usual. Use about half of the battery deploy as we head down towards turn 1. Look for the right opportunities to maybe slip up the inside, but I'm not really seeing them quite yet. We'll go maybe 3 wide in the middle, get a little bit aggressive here now, but I would say that works out pretty well. Yes, it will. Okay, so over to the points. P10 behind Sergio Perez. Now we'll see if I can go around the outside. Oh, a very slow start there for Felipe Massa. Webber, who qualified 3rd, is already down to 8th place. We'll get past him. We'll look up the right side of Nico Hulkenberg down towards the corner. We can see that top speed's where we're going to be struggling a little bit, but we can go around the outside, and just like that, we are up into P6 here. Pretty happy with this start, and I remember in F1 2012 we were very, very fast when it came to Singapore. Almost picked up the victory actually. So can we have that same kind of pace here today? That's the big question. Now Hamilton, not a great start as well for him. Runs P3, so yeah, I mean overall makes a gain, but I expect a little bit better now as I got Webber hot on my tail here now as we get ready to maybe size up Jenson Button for a send into the hairpin. An aggressive move. Back end kicks out right there, but nonetheless the job's done. And up into 5th place we go now as we set our sights on Kimi Räikkönen. Alright, to the end of the first lap now. So a very solid first lap, going from P12, of course, to P5, and maybe now going for the overtake around the outside of Räikkönen. That'll put us in the now 4th position. Hamilton scored 3rd. Can he get up there with Alonso? The championship 4 fighters are now 1, 2, 3, 4. Now Singapore, you know, usually right now in real life, it's you get there and you're like, okay, we're slowly closing in on the end of the season, but not quite. But here in 2013, you get to Singapore, you realize, I mean, we're in crunch time. The season is about to be over here. Only a few more rounds to go. We have to be absolutely on it, and I would love to get a win to really insert ourselves right back into the conversation here of this championship battle tonight. All right, 2 laps down in Singapore, 1.5 seconds to Hamilton as the DRS officially enabled here now as we dive down to this first turn, getting in there quite aggressive now, just trying to close this gap. Doesn't seem like so far the Mercedes, just in general, myself and Hamilton seem to have as much speed as these others, so definitely got some work to do, but I think we're going to be quicker than Lewis based off the looks of things right now. We're closing in on that DRS. One thing I am concerned about here is I look at, we're on the end of lap 3, only lap 4, and those rear tires are wearing quite quick, so that's definitely something we got to be aware of, because the tracks where the tire wear has been high in this game, it's been a lot trickier to manage than the past game of F1 2012. So definitely got to be aware and alert of that, because I can already feel it trying to slip inside a little bit more. We are now within DRS range of Hamilton, so we're still making good time here. We're going to be a big threat today to Lewis, it looks like now, as we continue to close this gap to him. But of course the question is, how quick are those tires going to wear, and can we keep the car, you know, from sliding out from under us? Our pit stop actually is really early, lap 5, so I have to wonder if this is a two-stop strategy kind of race. We have a run. We have a run on Lewis. Do we take it? I'm not going to do it quite yet. I didn't feel comfortable sending it into there. Now, oh, really struggling there. Just couldn't get the car to turn. Maybe I should have went down to first gear. Fortunately, we don't actually get damage out of that. Look at this run. Look at this run again on Lewis with the DRS. I'm going to try and send it this time around the outside of our teammate. There we go. He doesn't even contest to it. He lets us have it. So there we go. Another position gained onto the podium. Hamilton really struggling right now as I look back. See him slipping and sliding a little bit as well. And right now it's all Sebastian Vettel out in front of this battle here. And he is long gone down the road. So if we get up into second place, we're going to have a lot of work to do to have to run him down in that Red Bull. All right, then here we go into the pit lane. I think Vettel is in, definitely Alonso, and now we will follow through. Hamilton's going to have to stay out an extra lap. We just, oh my God, we closed in a massive amount. We drove right to the back of Alonso right there. I didn't think we would get that close to him, but we have definitely gained some time. We don't pick up any damage, so we'll come in, put on the white stripe tire, wait for Alonso to go through. 3.1 second stop. We definitely made some gains here now, so that's going to be putting us in a pretty good spot to hopefully attack Fernando right off the bat. A long pit lane, and no, we are rolling here, and yeah, no more pit stops. So we are taking these tires. Ooh, I have made an error. I have made a big error across the pit lane. Please don't tell me it's a drive-through. Give me a time penalty. Oh, it's a drive-through. I just threw it away. Oh, that's exactly what has cost us in this season, is mistakes like that right there. My goodness, those penalties are harsh. I mean, a drive-through penalty though feels quite extreme for that, but I mean, I did it. I broke the rule right there, drove over the line. Now we're making mistakes here, trying to make up some time. Man, that really sucks. So now we have to focus in and give it everything we have. I was about to say, I don't know how I'm going to manage to take these tires 10 laps without, you know, destroying them, but goodness gracious, that is the least of our worries now. All right, let's come serve the drive-through here in Singapore. Not how I expected our night to end up going. Really unfortunate. Let's just hope we don't do the same error on the exit this time. All right, here we go. Rejoining the circuit. Where are we? We're a ways down. Let's just creep this car through here. That's more like it, but at the same time, really frustrating that I had to, of course, do that a second time to get ourselves back penalty free. I see a lot of track position available. Obviously the win and a podium is out the window, but it's all about just recovering now. We still have enough Grand Prix to get ourselves back into this championship battle, so I'm not concerned. Yeah, but obviously a mistake like this, when we get to the end of the season and if we lose a title by just a few points, obviously it's going to be a moment right here that we look back on. Another moment, of course, would be the Hungarian Grand Prix. But yeah, frustrating to say the least. Let's try to move forward. Third win of the season, not going to happen. All right, we're going to size up Gutierrez for a move here towards the first corner. DRS open to the inside. That'll be an easy one now as we'll move through and get clear down into this first turn. Former teammate Paul di Resta from F1 2012 next up on the ladder, P12 for him. We are making one heck of a gain on di Resta. Do I do it? I think I'm going to send it right here up the inside into the hairpin. Aggressive move, but it works. We are through into P12. Jean-Eric Vergne up next at 11th. We just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so you know, even with going for an overtake there on di Resta, so we know we got good speed in this car, which I don't know if that makes things better or worse. It builds the confidence in working the way through the field, but it certainly hurts the confidence in the fact that we could have won this race in Singapore. Just not going to quite go our way. Jean-Eric Vergne is just planting it right now, and I'm not going to be close enough to really make a move here into the hairpin, so We're going to have to focus in on making a move towards this next corner right here. Use all the curve deployment that I have, get the run that we need on the back of the Toro Rosso, and then we'll just send it up the inside here alongside. Into P11 we go. And now, next up, who is it in P10? Waiting for it to update here, as it doesn't want to update actually, so we'll wait and see. Oh, it's Perez, Sergio Perez. We just smashed the fastest lap by a whole extra second right there. I'm looking at the track map as well. Hamilton putting some pressure on the back of Alonso, who could really use a second place result. I have a lockup right there, not ideal, so that's going to cost us a little bit of time, but not too much. But we can definitely go after, with 5 laps to go, I think, maybe P6, P7, based off what I'm seeing from here, is a very realistic option. All right, we're joining the party now up towards the front, or not the front, but for points. I just completely botched that corner. That's going to cost us some time as well. I just chucked it in there a little bit too much. Slipping and sliding around now is the problem. This car, not a lot of grip left in those rear tires. You take a look at it on the right side. I mean, it doesn't look that bad, but it doesn't feel good. I can tell you that much here. Now as we just try to set our sights on closing this gap, getting some points out of this now. We got 10th, 9th, and 8th right here in front of us now. So obviously aggression is going to have to be high, but as well got to keep those rear tires under us, because moments like that right there. All right, we're going to size up a move at least here on Perez. Now I'm going to have to use all my battery. Look at him go. He's long gone. I thought I was going to get him easily. I might still actually get him, because he decides to go defense mode and just open the door for me, but he was just destroying me down the straightaway. So we move up into P10. I don't know how much better I'm going to be able to do. I'm going to put the fuel up to rich now. We should be able to get to the end just fine with 3 extra laps of fuel in the car, yes. So the thing is now is just the grip. The grip is gone. Just trying to bring this thing home at this point without making a big error and slipping and sliding around and wrecking the car, obviously. We have a good run. We have a great run on the back of Jenson Button. We'll use the DRS. I'm going to make him go defensive, and then I'll just swing around the outside, make it a really easy overtaking opportunity for myself. There we go. Up into P9 now. Roman Grosjean next up. Oh my goodness, we continue to slip and slide the rear tires all over the place. Hamilton still P3 right now. He can't quite seem to get past Fernando Alonso, so I don't think he's going to be able to get him before the end of this Grand Prix. Vettel is having just a cruise, a Sunday cruise at this point, to the top step of the podium. We're not going to quite get as far as I was thinking we would. I think P8 maybe. I don't think P7 is going to be realistic, because these rear tires have had enough of me at this point. All right, 1 lap to go here in Singapore. We got a bit of a run on the back of Grosjean. He's going to go defensive. We should be able to swing around the outside and deep dive into turn 1 clear already. That's as far as we're going to get. We're not going to be able to go run down his teammate, unfortunately, Nico Hulkenberg. So we're just going to have to settle here for a solid result. That's not his teammate. I don't know why I was thinking Hulkenberg was in at Lotus. But, oh, we got in the wall a little bit there. Not a big deal. Hamilton stays second. That's where he's going to end up, and Vettel is going to get that victory here momentarily. Sebastian Vettel through the final corner now. He wins in Singapore, and it'll be Alonso second, Hamilton third. We should have been on the podium tonight, but I threw it myself. That was all on us, and we're just coming around these final few corners, hanging on for dear life with this grip. I don't even know if we would have been able to win the race, honestly, with how much I've been sliding around at the end here. But nonetheless, it's going to be an 8th place effort, a disappointing night in Singapore that will put us further out of the championship fight. All right, so there you see the finishing order there with Vettel, Alonso, Hamilton, Raikkonen, Weber, Massa, Hulkenberg all in front of us. No DNFs for one of the first times, I think, like ever. We usually see a DNF or so, or 2, I should say, per episode. Not today. Here's how it affects the standings, however. Hamilton now down by 10 points to Sebastian Vettel. 35 back is Alonso. 42 back is us, with running out of time in the back of our minds. We got to get on it going into South Korea in the next episode now, and 46 points the advantage to Red Bull following this race. They make some gains on us tonight. So I'll see you guys in the next one from South Korea, and hopefully we can make some gains on the championship battle.